what would it be like if the Bucks overtook the Nets at the 2 spot? The Nets would drop to the 3, and in the first round of the playoffs, the Brooklyn Nets will go up against the New York Knicks. You got to let me have it, bro. What would you think about this possible matchup?
Man. Listen to me. Listen to me. Real quick. I know I talked my shit about the Knicks. I know I had my beef with the whole KP trade. Overall, I am a New Yorker, so I'm happy the city is doing good. Let me clarify that real quick. Shout out to Darnell, my brother Brandon, Angelo, all the loyal Jeff, everybody, all the loyal Knick fans that have stood with this team with all the shit that they've gone through over the last 8 years since their last playoff appearance. I give it to you guys. You guys clinched the spot. I'm super happy for you. I know the city is super excited to get on this. Knicks, Nets, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. If this 3 versus 6 seed happens, Kyle, Manhattan will explode. Knicks fans, Brooklyn fans, random fans, it's going to be one for the history books. Obviously, we lost an entire year with fans with COVID this past season. Obviously, the Knicks haven't been in the postseason since 2013 and Carmelo Anthony. Brooklyn is fully loaded. James Harden is healthy. I really don't know what to say because the excitement behind it for me that's not even a Knick or Net fan is insane because I know for a fact New York is going to erupt. Doesn't matter the outcome. Obviously, I know more Knick fans than Net fans, but I'm just saying, this is good for basketball. This is good for sports. This is good for the city. It is going to be an electrifying matchup. The Knicks don't roll over. The Nets have one of the greatest offenses in NBA history. Tom Thibodeau is turning this team around for New York. Steve Nash is running the team that he runs in Brooklyn. I'm hyped. I got goosebumps thinking about it. I will not miss a game of this series. If this happens the way that we are predicting or expecting or wanting it to happen, this is going to be a series for NBA history because the Knicks are back in the postseason and the Nets are looking to make it to the NBA Finals against the Los Angeles Lakers. So, for New York to go up against New York for the first challenge to be Borough versus Borough, bro, there's going to be beef, bro. People are going to get on trains and people are going to get in cabs. People are going to get on buses and they're going to see the Brooklyn hat or the Knicks hat. It's going to be beef immediately, bro. It's going to be hands on sight. It's going to be fucking drama on site. It's going to be crazy. And I'm hyped. I really am. I'm super hyped for all the people I just named because those are the people that I talk to on the regular about the Knicks. And it's they understand they want a higher seeding just because they want to know that they did well this season. But if it were to end the way that it does right now, if the Nets were to fall to that 3 spot, I know for a fucking fact this is the matchup they want. This is the opponent they want to face. They want all the fucking smoke with each other, and they don't care what it takes, bro. I don't know if the Knicks win this series just because the firepower of Brooklyn in a 7-game series could be a lot to overtake. But as a New Yorker, seeing the potential matchup that's approaching, I think this is going to blow up ratings. I think this is going to blow the ratings out of the water for week 1 if this were to happen, for the first round, in my opinion.
I'm going to sit here and tell you right now, if they were to get this matchup between the Knicks and the Nets in the first round of the playoffs, it would be fireworks. I would have my freaking face glued in front of the TV watching this series. And God forbid if this happens. But what if, I'm just saying, what if the Knicks beat the Nets in the first round of the play?
I got to cut you off. I'm sorry. If the New York Knickerbockers beat the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie, KD, and Harden need to dismantle. They need to break it off. They're never going to be able to walk downtown. They're never going to be able to walk through a borough. They're never going to be able to fucking ride anything. They're never going to be able to go anywhere. Knick fans are relentless. Knick fans are ruthless. Knick fans are fucking heartless. And I say that because when the Porzingis trade happened, my DMs were fucking blown up for months. My mentions are still blown up about this trade. If the Knicks beat the Nets, no net fan can come out and say anything ever again for years. Even if the Knicks lose in the next series, even if the fucking Nets come back fully loaded and fucking LeBron James joins the Nets, bro, it's going to be like the Nets will be regarded as they bitch-made team of New York. Like the Knicks on paper versus the Nets on paper are incomparable to me. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant's better than Julius. Fucking Kyrie Irving's better than RJ. James Harden is better than motherfucking Norlands Noel or whoever the fuck else the third option is on this goddamn team.
Derrick Rose or somebody like that.
The Knicks should not win this series again based on just paper of talent that each team has. Yeah. But if it happens, I warn every Nets fan: don't leave your house. Don't get on the train. Don't get on the bus, bro. If you got to work in the city, call out. Give it a week. It's still gonna be bad, but bro, just do yourself a favor. Just don't do it because this ain't gonna pan out, bro. That ain't it. Whatever old saying you want to say, bro. Tell your boss you got to feed your cat. You have fucking malaria. Just fucking say something because y'all gonna get fucking abused the second you leave the crib with anything Brooklyn, bro. Heaven forbid people know you're a fucking Nets fan and the Knicks beat you in the playoffs. Just like that TikTok. Oh, don't do it. Yes, don't fucking do it. If you value your life and your sanity, don't do it.
I'm just saying. Granted, it has to happen, and granted, there's got to be a lot of dominoes to fall first before
a lot of
that hypothetical even comes to reality. But man, what a time it would be to live in the city if by some miracle the Nets dropped to the 3 seed, they played the Knicks in the first round of the playoffs, and the Knicks beat the Nets in the first round of the playoffs. The Nets will never be able to live that down. Kevin Durant will never be able to live that down. Kyrie, James, there will be so much criticism thrown their way. It'll be relentless. And the only thing that I could probably equate it to would be just the relentless criticism that LeBron got from the entire league when he made the move down the South Beach after his
South Beach, yep,
with the Cavs. Granted, it won't be the vitriol won't be as severe as what LeBron faced with his first year with Miami.
Yeah,
but it's just the jokes and the memes will never stop against the Nets. It would just be a constant wave of jokes on Twitter about the Nets lost to the Knicks in the first round of the playoffs.
My timeline would be broken. My friends, my group chats, my phone calls, my social media inbox. It's gonna be nuts.
Honestly, granted, I know Knicks fans probably want an NBA title more than anything else.
Of course.
But they will. But granted, this season has already been a pretty good success for the Knicks. Man, if they don't win the finals, but they somehow manage to beat the Nets in the first round of the playoffs, I think they'll suffice with that.
I know a lot of Knicks fans will just be happy that it wasn't the Nets that won, and I know that they'll be happy they won a series, and I know that they'll be even more happy knowing it was against the rival across the bay. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be able to sleep at night.
I'm not even a Knicks fan, and I want this to happen.
I agree.
I want to see this happen. I just want to see the matchup because the Knicks, granted, they don't have the caliber of players to go toe-to-toe with the Nets, but this team is gritty, and they don't give up.
Nope.
And that's the one thing that I love about this Knicks team is that they just find ways to stay competitive and grind out games. And I really do think that this blend of like veteran leadership with the youth that they have on this team is just great. And I hope it continues into the playoffs. But I pray that this series ends up happening. It would be so great for the NBA and a battle of New York to start off the playoffs. Are you kidding me?
Ratings will go through the roof just in the state alone. Honestly, like everybody would be glued to their TV. Bars would have it on. Everything. It would be just great for basketball. The Knicks in the playoffs is good for basketball.
The city would just be on fire if that series were to happen in the first round of the playoff.
I would love to go home and watch some of these games, but obviously, costs fucking money to fly.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm literally looking at their last game. I'm sitting here like, bro, these fucking guys, bro. Julius Randle had 25, 9, and 9. Fucking RJ Barrett had fucking 24, 9, and 5. Alec Burks had fucking 30, 10, and 2 in 34 minutes off the bench. Like the Knicks are no joke. The Knicks are no scrub. The Knicks are back. And I'm happy for them. I really am. Because this potential matchup could break the internet.
Oh yeah.
For me, at least.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the Bulls beat the Nets or the Cavs beat the Nets in the next two games, and I'm hoping that the Bucks find a way to either beat the Heat and the Bulls in their next two games, just to make this series happen. It's probably a pipe dream. I don't care. I need to see it. I'd love it.
That's it. That's what we're leaving it on. We both want to see it. We both are fucking dying for it. It's been rumored that all Knicks fans wanted this to happen all season long. The potential of it being right in front of us is beyond enticing.